If octopuses are the ocean's loners, dolphins are its social butterflies, and their social lives are key to their intelligence. Bottlenose dolphins live in pods of up to 100 individuals, and they have complex relationships. They cooperate to hunt, care for injured pod members, and even gossip. Scientists have recorded dolphins making unique whistles to refer to specific individuals, like names. Their brain-to-body ratio, called the encephalization quotient, or EQ, is second only to humans, higher than chimpanzees, elephants, or any other mammal. Dolphins are also tool users. In Shark Bay, Australia, a group of dolphins has been observed using sponges as protective gloves to dig for food in sharp coral, a behavior that's passed down from mother to daughter, generation after generation. That's cultural evolution in action, the same kind of learning that let humans develop traditions. Dolphins also have self-awareness. In mirror tests, they can recognize their own reflections, a trait shared by only a handful of species, including humans, apes, and elephants. But like octopuses, dolphins face a big problem. They live in the ocean. Without hands or limbs that can grasp, they can't build complex tools. They can't start fires. They can't create structures. Their technology is limited to what they can do with their mouths and bodies. And while their social lives are complex, their brains lack a key feature of human brains, a large prefrontal cortex. That's the part of the brain responsible for abstract thinking, planning for the future, understanding complex ideas like time or math, or creating art. Dolphins can solve problems in the moment, but can they imagine a future where they build something bigger than a sponge tool? It's unclear. Let's move to land where the odds might be better. Chimpanzees are our closest living relatives, sharing 98.7% of our DNA. And they already have many of the building blocks of intelligence. They live in large, complex social groups with hierarchies, alliances, and even politics. Chimpanzees have been observed forming coalitions to overthrow dominant males. They use tools regularly: sticks for termites, stones for nuts, leaves as sponges to soak up water. And they pass down these skills. Young chimpanzees watch their mothers and learn, just like human children. Chimpanzees also have self-awareness, and they can understand simple language. In the 1970s, a chimpanzee named Washoe learned over 300 sign language words and could form simple sentences like "Washoe want apple." Another chimpanzee, Kanzi, learned to use a keyboard with symbols and could understand spoken English. He once told his trainer, "Kanzi, go outside," when he wanted to play. But chimpanzees have big limitations. Their brain size is about a third of a human's, and their prefrontal cortex is much smaller, meaning they struggle with abstract thinking. They can plan for short-term goals like "I need a stick to get termites," but not long-term ones like "I should plant seeds now to have food next year." They also lack the ability to cooperate on a large scale. Humans can work together in groups of thousands, think building a skyscraper or running a country, but chimpanzee groups rarely get bigger than 150, and they often split into smaller groups to avoid conflict. And while they use tools, they don't improve them much. A chimpanzee's stone tool is the same as it was 2 million years ago. Humans, by contrast, went from stone axes to chainsaws in a fraction of that time. Chimpanzees also don't have a true language. They can communicate simple ideas, but they can't talk about the past, the future, or abstract concepts like justice or love. Without that, it's hard to build the kind of shared knowledge that leads to advanced intelligence. If you think birds aren't smart enough to be candidates, think again. New Caledonian crows are the Einsteins of the bird world. They have the largest brain-to-body ratio of any bird, and their problem-solving skills rival those of chimpanzees. What makes them special? They don't just use tools, they design them. In one experiment, a New Caledonian crow was given a straight wire and a bucket of food that was out of reach. The crow bent the wire into a hook, then used it to pull the bucket up, something even chimpanzees struggle to do. Like dolphins and chimpanzees, New Caledonian crows learn from each other. Young crows spend months watching adult crows make tools, and they practice until they get it right. This cultural learning means their tool-making skills improve over time, slowly but surely. They also have excellent memory. A crow can remember where it hid thousands of seeds, even months later. And they can solve complex puzzles that require multiple steps, like using one tool to get another tool, then using that tool to get food. But birds face even bigger physical limits than dolphins or chimpanzees. Their brains are small. Even a New Caledonian crow's brain is about the size of a walnut. They don't have hands, they have beaks and claws, which limit how they can manipulate tools. They can't start fires, and they can't build complex structures. And while they're social, their groups are small, usually pairs or small families, so they don't have the large-scale cooperation that humans rely on. Another problem: birds are flying animals. Evolution favored lightweight bodies for flight, which means their bones are hollow and their muscles are focused on flying, not on lifting heavy objects or building things. Could a crow species evolve to lose the ability to fly, so it can grow a bigger brain and stronger limbs? Maybe, but that would take millions of years, and it would make them vulnerable to predators since they can't fly away. It's a risky trade-off. Here's the thing about evolution, it's not predictable. We've talked about octopuses, dolphins, chimpanzees, and crows, but the next intelligent species could be something we never expected. Elephants, for example, have huge brains, complex social lives, and can remember other elephants for decades. Pigs are surprisingly smart. They can learn tricks faster than dogs and solve puzzles that require abstract thinking. Even ants, while not intelligent as individuals, form super colonies that act like a single superorganism. Could that lead to a new kind of collective intelligence? And we can't forget about chance. A meteorite strike, a volcanic eruption, a new disease, any of these could wipe out the most promising species. Humans almost went extinct 70,000 years ago, when our population dropped to just a few thousand people. If that had happened, chimpanzees or crows might be the ones debating which species could take their place today. Intelligence isn't the goal of evolution. It's just one way to survive. Octopuses survive by being clever loners. Dolphins survive by being social and adaptable. Chimpanzees survive by being strong and resourceful. Crows survive by being creative with tools. All of these species are successful in their own right, whether they evolve into intelligent beings like us or not. So what if humans vanish? Maybe no species ever evolves into something like us. Maybe octopuses rule the oceans, using their tentacles to build complex underwater nests. Maybe chimpanzees learn to farm fruit trees, using stones to dig holes for seeds. Maybe crows build towers of sticks, using their beaks to shape wood into tools. Or maybe something entirely new emerges, something we can't even imagine. The only thing we know for sure is that life on Earth will go on. And whatever comes next, it will be a product of the same forces that created us: time, chance, and the drive to survive.